go of anything that is not mine. Scene 1, lights up. A pause before the woman dances on in stained prom dress. She has a childlike excitement and playfulness before noticing the audience.
Woo! 'Cause I'm happy, 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 happy. Oh my God, you're here already. I didn't think you would be here already. I'm so glad you could make it to our pre-apocalyptic party. You're looking at me strangely. Do I have something between my teeth? Oh, or did you just come to hear stories of what it was like before the end? It's been so long ago, I barely remember what it was like before. It happened 3 Thursdays ago. Let me set the scene. The last night on Earth was like any other. Actually, this is not true. Things have been getting progressively weirder for quite some time. Most of us were willfully oblivious, pretending things were fine, but I could not shake this sense of constant grief, like my heart, made from cotton batting, was being unspooled by feral cats with diseased claws. I wondered why no one else seemed to notice. Still, that night, I was going to a party. Oh, we used to have parties then. I was just so happy to go somewhere in a pretty dress and have somewhere to go to be seen in the pretty thing. I just wanted to take a break from all my worries and have fun at a party. But I first had to do all the things that I do every day, like walk the dog, take a shower. Showers. If I had known my last shower was going to be my last shower, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Manhattan Avenue in front of House of Suds 3 and Animal Planet Pet Store. Pigeons dance, circling, cooing, and flapping. The pigeons disperse and exit, revealing a sick pigeon that is puffed up and immobile in front of a laundromat. Woman enters, looking more put together and work-type clothes. The woman goes to the sick pigeon, observes that it is not well.
Are you okay?
The sick pigeon does nothing, just stands there, motionless, as though trying to conserve its energy. It poops. Poop.
Can I help you?
The pigeon does nothing.
Oh, I have a rice cake in my bag. Would you like some?
She breaks it into small pieces, places a few in her open palm. The pigeon does not move. Man, materializing from seemingly out of the ether. He looks kind of homeless. He regards the situation gravely, moves towards woman and sick pigeon.
You can't talk to them like that. You have to do it like this.
Some odd dance to approach the pigeon. He pets the pigeon on the tail softly. The pigeon...
And then you can stroke their back.
He does this. The pigeon is still immobile. Woman watches intently.
Wow, I never knew you could talk to them like that.
She considers, then carefully mimics the man, beginning with the odd dance and tentative pats on the tail.
There, little bird. Everything's going to be better. It's going to be okay. Bird.
She continues to watch the man as the man watches.
It's okay, baby.
I have pot.
Oh, no. Pot makes me paranoid. Thank you. That's fine. But it might be good for the bird, though. Oh, there, little bird. You're going to be okay.
Gets in close to woman.
What should we do?
Maybe call 311. I have to go walk my dog. If it's still here when I come back, I will call maybe. Okay, bye.
Man considers this and shakes his head in approval. Woman also shakes her head and they move slowly back away from each other.
Please let this bird be healed from my heart to this pigeon. Let this bird be healed by my love. Namaste.
Woman exits.
Right on.
Man exits. The sick pigeon is still immobile. He poops more black poop. Pigeon dance. Pigeons enter and are still small and grounded, but then they begin to expand and grow. They spread themselves out and begin to dance and fly and be the beautiful, airy animals we rarely think them to be. That was quite wonderful. Yes. Richer neighborhood with a pile of expensive and good condition things they threw out with the garbage. Woman enters, still in work clothes. She starts to walk past, but something from the pile catches her eye and she stops.
How could anyone throw this away? Or this? OMG, or this, how could anyone throw this away?
Rich either like man, then moves towards woman some.
You know that's garbage, right? Are you homeless or something? Because, you know, if you're homeless, there's a shelter on some street really, really far away from here.
I'm not homeless. I just don't think all of this here is trash.
Someone threw it out. It's garbage.
I mean, come on, look at this. How could anyone throw this away?
Why are you still here? It's just worthless junk.
Maybe to you, but I don't think so.
People often find you quirky and odd, yet still really cute, don't they? I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna take this trash and go. Have a nice day, I guess.
Woman exits.
Oh my gosh, finally, I thought she'd never leave.
Rat one reveals themselves under the trash pile, exits off stage with items woman does not take. Rich person exits. Rat dance of love. Rat 2 enters and is looking around and being very rat-like. Rat 1 enters and there is a pause between them. They begin to create more upright, evolved versions of themselves. Rat 1 tries to offer the items the woman left behind, but Rat 2 doesn't take the items. Instead, Rat 2 offers his hand. They begin to dance with each other, possibly a cheesy moment where they make their tails into a heart, but the feeling is love. They begin to revert back to their more rat-like states and scurry off stage together.
Me, 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 me. Me, me, me. Me. Me, 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 me.
Pulaski Bridge and a trash barge is slowly drifting through Newtown Creek. Woman enters, still in work clothes and in a hurry, trips and falls over her new items she rescued from the trash. She falls to the ground.
Oh, that really hurt. How's my treasure? Oh,
See if the item is okay and lets out a sigh of relief.
thank goddess it's okay.
What's the trash barge?
I have never seen so much trash in one place. Oh, how I wonder what treasures are aboard your ship of missed opportunities and dreams. Shit, I still gotta walk the dog.
Woman exits. The trash barge starts spewing chemical runoff, then finger mutant trash fish starts to slowly climb from behind the trash barge. They begin to start mutating and evolving right before our eyes. They become more connected and movements become more synchronized with each other. Then the finger mutant trash fish have a dance music number sung in their fish language and possibly a few small parts in English like K-pop. Wonderful. Park scene, some trees, possibly a playground. Use your imagination. Woman enters in casual clothes, walking dog on a leash. Squirrel scampers in and begins burying nuts. Dog and squirrel chase each other, and dog pulls woman. Woman stops dog from
Here. Bad boy. Bad. I'm so sorry, my furry little friend. He didn't mean anything by it, I swear. He just wanted to play. But I've seen what he's done to some of his favorite toys, so I think it's best we keep moving along. Bye, you little furry nutkin, you. Come on.
Woman exits. Squirrel seems to acknowledge woman's efforts to make peace and then does something not possible for a squirrel to do as we know it.
Squirrel sound.
Woman back in prom dress.
It was after I walked my dog and before I took my shower. I went to go check on the bird. It, she, non-gender specific bird was still there, unimproved from before. Then out of nowhere, there was this terrible thunderous noise, followed by a flash of eerie spectral green light that spread over the sky like nausea. Then there was a brilliant glow until I finally had to shield my eyes. When I opened them again, everything was gone. The man, the bird, my dog. Ironic, isn't it? Or serendipitous, or fate, or something. I was spared. I don't know why, but since I was just gonna keep moving forward. After all, my worst fears had already come true. What's the worst that can happen now?
The fire escape of the woman's apartment and a single potted plant. Suddenly, a large and mutated, evolved slightly squirrel scampers up the fire escape, and Squirrel starts furiously digging for nuts. Woman notices Squirrel, rips off prom dress to reveal apocalypse clothes, and moves to inside the apartment.
You survived?
Squirrel looks at her, then busies himself burying nuts.
You survived. You survived.
Squirrel watches woman, more interaction with Squirrel, very playful. Woman watches Squirrel, it is a standoff and they have a moment. Then she curls up into a ball and falls asleep. Squirrel watches her longingly as she sleeps for a moment, then scurries away. Woman loves Squirrel opera dream. Squirrel singing a love opera song, looking something like Fabio from a romantic novel cover.
Oh, squirrel.
Pigeons are on the fire escape. Woman still asleep. Woman wakes up from the alarm of pigeons cooing on the fire escape.
Ah, 11 more. Where's the snooze? Oh, yeah. Hey, Squirrel, do you have any nuts I could have? I guess he's gone already.
Woman begins to watch the pigeons more as they flutter and coo.
What are you guys eating?
Pigeons are foraging for crumbs anywhere, and they begin to peck at the potted plant, and woman notices them taking worms.
Worms, smart. You guys are survivors.
Woman goes to the plant, takes a worm, contemplates eating, and then eats it. Woman's stomach growls again, looks at the pigeons, stares them down, and notices a pigeon not fluttering and cooing as much, off to itself.
What is wrong with you, little one? Can I help you?
Woman does the same dance the man taught her and then goes to pet the pigeon.
I'm really sorry about this.
Woman attacks and kills the pigeon. Is getting ready to take a bite. Squirrel scampers up the fire escape and begins to get in her face and stop her from eating the pigeon.
Ah! Ah!
What? You don't think I should? What else is there? The world is over, or didn't you notice there's nothing else?
Worm ballet. 2 performers, 4 worms. They will probably be like long sock puppets, possibly with tutus. Should be fun and playful. Wow, that was some ballet. Same rich neighborhood from earlier, but with more garbage pile and post-apocalypse. Woman enters with Squirrel, more evolved than last we saw. Woman starts sifting through the piles while Squirrel watches.
See, Squirrel, I told you this would be fun. I used to do this all the time before. I always found something good in this neighborhood. These rich people always throw out the best stuff. Where is the good shit? They must be hoarding it. These fucking rich people, away from people like us in their fucking towers, they're probably having a fucking orgy while we're dying in the streets. I'm sorry for my little outburst. I don't know where that came from. I'm all good now. You know what? I know exactly what we need to do to get me out of this little funk I'm in. Guess what I am thinking, Squirrel?
Squirrel noise.
How would that really help the situation?
Squirrel noises.
I actually like that idea, but no, it's not that either.
Squirrel noises?
No, just let me tell you, a party. Yes, a party is exactly what we need to get out of this funk, lift our spirits. You might be a little bit more prepared for this whole apocalypse thing with no heat, no food, no running water. But for me, when you start to smell yourself and then everything kind of smells off and you can't smell yourself anymore, well, I think a party would be just the thing to fix everything. Just forget about all your worries for a moment and just be with friends, family, or squirrels. Just enjoy their company for a while. I'm really glad I met you, my little nutter butter. Is it weird that I have so many pet names for you?
Squirrel noises.
I don't think so either. Thanks. It's been quite lonely, and you've made life here all the better. So we have a lot to do.
Woman and squirrel exit. Fingerling mutant trash fish enter and do some ninja tumbling around on stage. One of the fingerling mutant trash fish makes some kind of gesture and fish noise bubbles sounds as to signify following woman and squirrel. FMTF exit. Lights up consumption puppet orgy. 2 performers, 4 puppets. Maybe stock of variety. Looks somewhat humanistic, a satirical take on constantly consuming without regard to others. So have fun with it.
Oh my! Yeah. Ooh.
Wow, something else. Manhattan Avenue in front of House of Suds 3, an Animal Planet in post-apocalypse. Woman and squirrel enter.
Oh, Squirrel. I bet they have something in here that we can use for the party.
Enters House of Suds. Squirrel waits outside.
You know, I was thinking of that at first too, but then if we pick blue and yellow for the theme, is that really gonna go? What if we just go with royal blue and honey or butter or dandelion? So many options, so little time.
Squirrel, worried, starts to head towards House of Suds 3. Woman tries to show Squirrel the wet ones, but then they run into each other and fall. They have a moment like in an almost kiss. The moment ends and they stand up.
Well, it's no actual shower, but it will have to do. Just to even feel a little bit, tiny bit cleaner with all this mess would be so nice. You know, I think we still have a lot to do before the party, but most importantly, I need to find a dress.
Slight cough. Woman and squirrel exit. Fingerling mutant trash fish enter and do some ninja tumbling around on stage. One of the FMTF makes some kind of gesture and fish noise bubbles as to signify following woman and squirrel. FMTF exit. Gasping cat moment. Cat 1 is on stage and can't believe what's going on. Cat 1 ships woman and squirrel hardcore. Can't hold in the excitement of it all and has to meow about it. Pulaski Bridge, post-apocalypse. Woman and squirrel enter, crossing over the bridge. They take a moment to enjoy the sun-setting view, such as it is.
It really is beautiful. Say, Squirrel, what do you think caused the sky to be that color?
Squirrel sounds.
You really think so?
Squirrel sounds.
Do you think that's what caused the end of the world too?
Noises that a squirrel makes.
You know, I always kind of thought it was global warming.
Squirrel noises.
Okay, I give you that, but what about the whole,
Squirrel noises.
Yes, but does that explain the...
Squirrel noises.
Sounds of a party begin to faintly play.
Wait, do you hear that? I think it's a party. Great minds think alike. We should go find out where it is.
Squirrel noises.
Okay, look, there is a boat we can use. Come on, Squirrel, let's hurry before we miss the party.
Squirrel scampers down to the boat and woman follows after. They get into the boat. Squirrel begins rowing. Woman coughs up some black blood, hides and wipes it away, being sure not to let Squirrel see.
I'm fairly certain the sound was coming over there. Let's check it out.
Start rowing in that direction.
Wait. Should we even be going to a party we weren't invited to? Is it okay to show up like this and me not even in a show-stopping outfit for everyone to see? Maybe we should just turn back. Honestly, I don't even want to go since they didn't even invite me anyway. And I think it's really rude to not invite me since there's not a lot of parties going on these days. I'm so mad at them. I could just...
Squirrel noises. Squirrel noise, squirrel noise.
What do you mean I'm acting really human right now? I take a little offense to that.
Squirrel noises.
Apology accepted. So we are agreed. We'll just turn back because we have nothing to wear and they didn't invite us.
Squirrel noises.
You're right.
Squirrel noises.
I said you're right. Don't get greedy. So what do you think the party will be like? I hope they have some kind of entertainment planned. Maybe they will have like a magician or a hypnotist or an acrobat. That would be really special. Maybe we could hire the acrobat for our party because they're going to go with some totally played out theme like the apocalypse. And we're going pre-apocalypse, which is all retro, vintage, nostalgic rolled up into one.
Squirrel noises.
I am not.
Squirrel noises.
I am not.
Squirrel noises.
Look, let's just agree to disagree. Okay, I think we're close now, Squirrely.
They dock the boat near where they hear the party. Woman is about to enter the house with party sounds are coming from and stops.
Squirrel, what if they don't like me?
Squirrel noises.
You're right, of course they will.
Enters the house. She is gone for a moment and the party sounds stop. Woman comes back out holding some kind of music device to her side.
Silly me. So some good news after all. I didn't crash the party uninvited. The bad news is there is no party. I really thought this time there would be more. Who would even want to listen to ambient party sounds to make it seem like you're cool and you have lots of friends, even though you don't? Title's a bit long, but accurate.
Woman hands the music device to Squirrel.
Squirrel noises.
Oh, Squirrel, I don't know what I would do without you. We really do only have each other.
Squirrel noises.
Squirrel noises.
Squirrel noises.
Fingerling mutant trashfish enter on side, while woman and squirrel begin to row back. The music for Fuck Fear begins.
How to conquer fear when all you know is gone. Your hopes, your dreams, and everyone.
Even your wish list on Amazon.
How do you exist without your Netflix list? No vices to lull the pain. No showers still remain. Overwhelming loneliness, only emptiness persists.
Maybe time to slit a wrist.
Not across the street, it's down the alley, or a step off the edge, a climactic finale.
Squirrel noises, but inner monologue says, don't say that.
My worst fears came to be, now new ones beckon me. Resist them, I don't dare, constant, always aware. In the back of my mind, keeping me looking behind.
Your fears can evolve,
You may conquer some.
but fear never dies.
It will always arise.
So fuck fear.
So fuck fear.
So fuck fear, I've made up my mind. Moving forward, it's all I can do.
Squirrel noises, but inner monologue says, so fuck fear. I've made up my mind. Moving forward, it's all we can do.
Your fears can
evolve. You
May
may
conquer
conquer
some.
some, but fear never dies.
It will always arise.
So fuck fear.
So fuck fear.
Squirrel noise.
Moving forward, it's all I can do. Just me and you. It's all so clear.
Squirrel noise.
Here all along, making me strong. My fears cannot thrive with you by my side.
Squirrel noise. Inner monologue says, I just need you to know I'm nuts about you.
I'm nuts about you too.
Squirrel noises. No, that's not quite what I meant. I think I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Your
Squirrel
fears
noise.
can-
Squirrel noise.
Some.
Squirrel noise.
It will always arise.
So fuck fear.
Squirrel noise.
So
So
fuck fear.
So fuck fear.
So
Fuck.
Fear.
Squirrel noise.
Woman and squirrel exit holding hands.
So fuck fear. Fear is conquered for now. New love has won out. At least this time, things might work out.
Fingerling Mutant Trash Fish 2. Ushers singing Finger Mutant Fish Trash Fish 1 to leave and go after the woman and squirrel, and they exit. Park! Post-apocalypse plus some trash piles and mannequin in a ripped and stained prom dress under the trash pile. Woman and squirrel enter carrying stuff for the party. Can be anything party related or not party related, along with the speaker from last scene.
Well, I think we have everything we need for the best party of the year here.
Gasps and then throws all the things she's carrying to squirrel and rushes over to mannequin.
I can't believe I found this here. There's just a tiny rip here and a tear there and a couple of stains, but definitely still wearable, right?
Oh yeah, you'll definitely be able to pull off this color a lot better than I ever could.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you to say, but I wouldn't have ever noticed it if you hadn't been rocking it so well.
Thanks, girl.
No problem, girl. Are you sure it's okay that I have this?
Of course. Honestly, it was going to waste on me. Literally. I actually prefer to be naked anyway. You're really doing me a favor, seeing as how I can't really remove it myself.
Oh, good. One last question. How is it you're able to talk to me, seeing as you're clearly a mannequin, right?
How dare you call me a mannequin? I am clearly a womannequin, or do all womannequins look alike to you?
I'm so sorry. I never meant to offend you or your peoples.
What do you mean, your peoples?
Oh, I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna go and take this and be on my way. So let's go, squirrel.
Up some black and faints.
Squirrel sound. Squirrel noise.
I'm fine, squirrel. Really, just get me home so I can rest a while. The party's only a few days away, and I can't let anything stop me from enjoying that. We have worked too hard not to have this party, even if it's the last thing I do.
Squirrel noise.
Squirrel picks woman up and takes her off. Squirrel and woman exit. The fingerling mutant trash fish enter and do some ninja tumbling around on stage. One of the fingerling mutant trash fish makes some kind of gesture and fish noise bubbles sounds as to signify following woman and squirrel. They exit.
I mean, just to assume I'm a mannequin in your bionormative narrative, you squirrel fucking cunt. Now shift focus back to me. I know I'm naked and gorgeous. Take it all in for a moment. Flesh is so played out. The way my plastic body shines and glistens across my perfectly symmetrical bosom and bulge. But just don't touch without consent, because I'm part fiberglass and I'm not afraid to cut a bitch. You can all put your jaws back now. I know what you all must be wondering. Single, okay? But open to more. And if you bios are wondering how I got here, don't be. Everything beautiful ends up in the trash eventually. Even you. Just don't go start acting all biodegradable on me. I'll last longer than you. It's a fact. All my plastics and preservatives will keep me here long after you're gone. Plastic perfection, high fashion selection, tossed on the heap, forget like a sheep. I'll keep composed, I just don't erode. I'll simply evolve while you decompose. Plastic perfection, the latest collection. My body is streamlined, it's fit for erection. Stand for attention, just for a mention. Plastic perfection, made for consumption. A separating wall by glass and a mall. Buying selection, spending direction, plastic perfection, high fashion selection, plastic perfection, the latest collection, plastic perfection, made for consumption, plastic perfection, made for consumption.
Woman's apartment with fire escape and single potted plant. Several days have gone by, and you can hear the music device playing the party noises. Woman is in her prom dress, sick, vomiting, retching on the floor. Her vomit is black and billowy. She is extremely weak.
Who's ready to party?
Squirrel comes and shakes his tail and flashes over to her with a nut. He drops it in front of her, then scampers off to get another nut, and continues to do this until the woman has a glass in front of her.
Thank you, Squirrel.
She looks at Squirrel and puts his arm around her. They look deeply into each other's eyes.
I miss my dog.
She passes out.
Squirrel noises. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Breakdancing cats! Music breakdance moment with cat 1 and 2. They take a moment to process what's just happened, then they start breakdancing. Not necessarily well. Woman's apartment. Some time has passed and is now full of trees. A mini forest, in fact. Woman is moving around the apartment slowly and gingerly, looking very tribal. There are rows of peanut plants in jars and other jars that have water collected in them. Woman turns to the water saplings, and we see her pregnant belly. So she tends to the plants, and the baby begins to kick. Squirrel enters more upright and humanistic into the apartment. She smiles, and they hug and begin to tango dance together in a spotlight, transitioning into having a baby on stage, moaning, escalating to fervent kneeing, wailing about screams. We see the squirrel standing in front of the one who continues to scream until the cry reaches crescendo.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Reaches towards the woman holding up a little half squirrel, half human baby. Squirrel hands the baby back to woman. Woman rocks the baby in her arms while Squirrel watches on.
You are the beginning, the alpha, the omega. The world is starting over, and you will be queen of everything.
We always knew this would come to pass. It was in the bureaucracies, like burrowing and prophecies in one. It's very clever. This is why we buried so many nuts. You humans scorned, mocked us, thought we buried so many nuts because we had faulty memories and could not recall where we buried them. Misconceived! We knew. We tried to warn you. Did you listen? No. So convinced of your superiority, so blind to the consequences of your actions. It is time for a new species, a survivor species, one that works hard, is industrious and agile. The intelligence of a human being fused with the work ethic of my genus. We have made a shift.
Hallelujah!
Lest I forget, we would not even be having this baby if it wasn't for you all. Please, come all the way in.
The fingerling mutant trashfish enter. The fingerling mutant trashfish form, move, and speak as part of a unit or school.
It was simply our duty as fingerling,
Mutant.
trash.
Fish. Besides, it was told in the great trash office
That this woman would be important in shaping the new world.
In which both man and beast can finally live in peace with each other.
Our ancestors told the story of the woman before we began to swim on land.
She is the key to healing the deep wound
Between the remaining species and the world we share.
I am grateful you came in at the last possible second to save the day and my love from an untimely death. How were you able to do it again?
It was quite simple.
We just have to use our fingerling.
Mutant.
trash.
Fish healing powers to cure her imminent doom.
But it would not have worked.
If she had not been the chosen
Mother.
The one from the trash office.
Trash office.
Ah, yes. That's right. The healing powers, of course. Truly a miraculous sight, and one I won't soon forget.
Now we must leave.
We have much work to do.
balancing the world order.
All hail the new species.
The one from the trash office.
Trash office.
Thank you all again. I knew it was just all a part of the trash office.
Trash office.
Thank you. Goodbye. I'm glad you saved me, and more importantly, gave me this nutty squirrel to fall in love with.
Lovingly staring at Squirrel and the baby. The trash fish exit. Several years have passed. The apartment is now a jungle. Many trees will have turned into big full trees. There are 2 squirrel human children grown to adolescence, the forerunners of the new species. They busy themselves scampering around the apartment in the between trees, fighting and roughhousing loudly. Woman watches her children fondly.
Hey, time for bed. I mean it.
The
Come
children calm down, scurry to the woman, who begins to tuck them into a little nest under the tree.
Shall I tell you a bedtime story? Okay. Once upon a time, there was a world that had animals and plants, the likes of which you have never seen. There were oceans rife with fish and bear-embracing forests, snakes, fox, and rabbits. There were butterflies, all different colors, from lavender to butter to brilliant orange to palest aurora pink.
Tell us about the seasons.
There was this cold time full of frosts and flakes and icicles that we called winter. Then the ice melted and buds emerged from pussy willows and cherry trees, glossy dark bark ringed in circles, baby birds poked from shells, and the skies were illuminated with promise. Summer followed, a time when people didn't work and only did as they pleased. The hum of honeybees in fields sounded like violins. Fall was a quickening, a rapidity of wind and pace, and leaves tumbled from the trees and squirrels.
Like Daddy?
Yes, just like your father. There were so many back then, and they buried nuts and then more. And we humans, we thought them erratic and forgetful, but as it turned out, we were wrong, as we were about everything. And it is the squirrels who have saved the earth and all life as we know it. Now go to sleep.
The children go to sleep, and so does woman. Man's paranoia is confused. What's going on? A poem about PTSD, survival, and more.
Fighting for humanity, it doesn't make sense. We're killing each other randomly. For one person's fantasy, humanity's just a damn catastrophe. All we cause is calamity. How can I maintain my sanity when I've witnessed such tragedy? I murdered that poor little boy and his whole family. How can this be a U.S. strategy when our people feel unhappily? Who benefits? It's clearly not my anatomy. The big companies profit financially. Instead of praise for fighting valiantly, I'm greeted with hate and agony. They look at me so angrily. I think of the horrors I committed. I feel anxiously. Fuck the world. This is blasphemy. I can't take it anymore. I'll jump from the balcony and let the earth kill me with its gravity. Treating me like a monster has caused my insanity. Fuck the world, but before I go, I'm gonna kill this whole family.
Jungle apartment with the fire escape. Rustling is heard while the children sleep. Woman awakes from the noises.
Is that you, my little nutter butter?
Man enters, quite mad. He rushes towards the woman, holding a makeshift weapon. Woman screams.
Die.
As man attacks her and the children. Then there is a struggle between the children, woman and man. Squirrel scampers up and attacks man. Woman helps Squirrel and they kill man.
That is man, children. Be glad they are gone.
Now you know how they exterminated themselves. They were arrogant, stupid, doomed.
The family stands around the corpse of man. A pigeon alights on the fire escape and coos. Suddenly, something marvelous. A bee! The buzz The bee buzzes and bobs and dips and makes contact with one of the trees. The family stands around, encircling the precious being. It is golden and fluffy and magical. Its wings beat and makes a buzzing drone. They are lulled into reverence.
Is this the thing that you told me about that makes the sticky golden nectar?
And makes fruits and flowers grow?
Yes.
Yes.
The family does a tribal dance around the bee and then bow in front of the magical creature. Woman lifts her head.
We should have a party.
The lights fade in tight on the bee. Lights out. End of show.
Yes.
Great job, guys. That's our show. We thank you for coming. And we, I guess, can have like a little Q&A now. So let's open it up to hear what anyone wants to talk about. Ask some questions, attendees. We got some questions. Well, one thing I want to talk about is us killing the man. What do we feel about killing the man?
We do have a question.
Oh, we do have a question. Never mind.
We have
Yes.
a few.
Just kidding. So why don't
Annelise, you want to handle the question from Diane? Says, how did you decide on the squirrel?
Okay, this play is semi-autobiographical. Not that I've ever hooked up with a squirrel, but I had a tree on my fire escape that I was growing, and this little squirrel started sort of taking residency in my tree, and I just really loved it, and it would talk to me. It wasn't just, you know, a generic squirrel. We would have conversations. And between that and my anxiety about the state of the world, this was in November, and just, you know, global warming and climate change and extinction of species, I just got this idea to write about somebody like me after an apocalypse. And I thought I would incorporate the squirrel into the play. And it made sense for the squirrel to be kind of the love interest because there's nobody else left and we have to repopulate the planet. So that's kind of how it came about. But my daughter said, "Mommy, you can't write a play like that. Like, no one's going to want to watch a woman be with a squirrel."
I said it.
Come here, tell them what you said.
I said it was kind of odd.
So I said, you know, theater uses symbolism and we can do whatever we want. That's why it's called Fable. It's an allegory.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you answered this question just yet. Marissa's asking when you wrote this.
It was in November. It was like late November of last year. And it just happened really fast. It was written, I met Norm, who plays our squirrel, and told him about it over a Thanksgiving dinner with some of my family that I don't really see that often, who happened to be rooming or renting out a room to Norm. And we sat around the table and I kind of told the story, and Norm gave me a ride home and asked me to send him the script. I sent him the script and a couple weeks went by and I thought he hated it. And then he like sent an email and he was like, "Let's do it." And that's how we kind of went into getting into production. It happened really fast.
It was supposed to be on stage tonight. Oops. Diane's asking, did COVID change the script at all? Change the show.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah. Before I do, I realized we forgot to do introductions of people. So we're going to do that now that you've seen us perform. I'm Mercury.
I'm Annelise.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Josh.
Brian.
Michael.
I am Danny.
And I'm Enormous Munoz. I played the squirrel.
And I'm Allison, the camera operator.
Yay.
Great. Yeah, so that's a great question. So COVID, we oddly enough, actually, because we did do some expansions to the script, but before we got kind of quarantined, a lot of this stuff, like even the coughing of the blood and stuff like that, and eating of the pigeon, all came before we became quarantined. So it definitely, because it was just one of those things that it just really just paralleled unintentionally. But that's how life is. It tends, life and art is kind of the same all the time.
Yeah, I wrote a pretty minimal script, and Mercury, the director, added a lot. He asked me if I would mind if he added, and he actually added more about, I'd already written the sickness and eating the bird, but he really expanded on that. So we were kind of, I remember right before everybody was quarantined, we were working in his apartment on the song, Fuck Fear. And that was the last time that I saw him in person. That was, almost how many weeks ago?
I think that might have been a month ago now. Oh,
More than a month.
More than a month? Oh
months.
gosh, it's been more than a month.
Wendell asks, has the current pandemic inspired you to revise your apocalyptic vision of the play?
Actually, we just felt like it was right on time. I mean, from my perspective, what do you think, Mercury?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It really, the really how it kind of revised it was just the way we presented it. The fact that we had to do this through Zoom. We were expecting, like Norm said, we were expecting to be on Dixon Place's stage today. And so it's a weird sense, we're able to do the show, but in a very, different way.
Yeah, we weren't able to rehearse very much. So, by now we would have been off book and on a stage. And as it is, like I had to carry the script tonight, and it's hard to rehearse when you can't be in the same room with other people. And originally we envisioned this as such a movement-based play with a lot of dance, and everybody was cast on that, knowing that they could dance and sing. So it has been a real different challenge to do it like this.
Yeah,
sure.
We have a question from Janice asking, you guys were amazing. Oh, thanks. The question is, were the hand puppets in the original theater version?
Yes, they were.
And so many more. Like we've stripped down a lot of those sort of witty theatrical puppety touches, but we're going to be on a stage. We have the tank holding dates for June. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to get on a stage again. And Dixon Place is pretty clear that we're welcome there. So
yes, thank you, Dixon Place. Support Dixon Place, please.
Yes, go to their website, dixonplace.org. I think I typed it in our questions. Side note to everyone, we unfortunately, I don't think we're actually going live on Facebook. I know it said we're live on Facebook, but after talking to some people, we didn't. It's okay. We'll just post it and it'll be okay. We'll, it happens, technical errors. I mean, we can, I'm sure, post this recording to our Facebook page. Is that possible? I don't know, but we'll do something.
Yes. We'll post the link. We had problems with Facebook. I apologize to anybody who was trying to watch it streaming. I know it was streaming, but maybe some of you didn't know where to go. So during the show, I was actually texting people in between my scenes and trying to get them over to Zoom. So if I missed an entrance, that's why. Sorry.
No. Do we have any other questions? Any things you're curious about? Even cast, if there's anything from the show.
I'm just glad to be a part of it in these
Yeah.
challenging times.
Me too. All right. Well, you know what? Since it doesn't seem like we have. Oh, never mind. Nope, never mind. So let me see.
Tiffany Cheney is saying, I think online media added to it. Really well done. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, we really kind of made lemonade out of lemons with our timing on this. And plus we have more of a captive audience now with people not going out, so.
That's right. What better thing do you have to do? I'm loving these comments. We really enjoyed it. A nice date night. You all did a great job in making this feel theatrical. On Zoom. I loved it. You are amazing. Activity with cocktails. Wow. Thank you guys so much. You know what I'd like us to do? I'd like us to finish out the way we started with the mantra that we did earlier. Let's all breathe together, and that'll be our show. Okay. In this moment, I let go of anything that is not mine. In this moment, I let go of anything that is not mine. In this moment, I let go of anything that is not mine. Thank you all for enjoying this, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
We all going out for drinks after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you in the green room.
In the green room. Just stay on.
Separate chat, cocktail.